Identification. It's what makes you special to someone else. Starting conversations and presenting yourself again. Here's the second part of a great talk. Using logic and facts. This is where you share the important details. If selling something, you give clear facts like bedtime for kids at 9 o'clock. Keep this part short and to the point. Only include enough facts to make sense. In sales, keep the logical reasons quick. Say you're selling a house. Just mention its size, cost, and location briefly. People usually buy based on feelings, not just facts. We'll talk about emotions soon. Most choices we make are based on feelings. Still, we need some facts to explain our choices. Like getting married, it feels right even if we list practical reasons. We buy cars or other things because they feel good, not just for logical reasons. What would it look like if someone visited your home office? Imagine the boss in an old Chevy. You think you look great in it? That's why you bought it. We need to be honest here. You know you look good when you see your reflection. But we need some logic too, just in case. If someone questions us, we can explain logically. Some people buy expensive cars for the sound. We often buy based on our feelings. Still, use logic, but don't overdo it. Too much reasoning can ruin a good talk. Ever heard about talking someone out of buying? That's what happens with too much information. Salespeople won't tell you every single fact about a car. You only need a few key details to decide. If they gave you too many details, you'd be overwhelmed. For big choices, you just need the main facts. Ask about cost, safety, reliability, fuel efficiency, style, and resale value. Remember, too much of anything isn't good, like eating steak. The first one is good, the second okay, but the third is too much. Learn to balance logic and reason in your talk. Use just enough facts to make sense. Keep it short and clear. It's 9 o'clock, say it once or twice, then move on. Secondly, focus on what makes people act and change. First, focus on logic and reasons. The third part of a good talk is attack and confess. These terms might sound odd, but I'll explain. This isn't about real attacking. We discuss problems that make decisions hard. Everyone has trouble deciding. We face both good and bad things. Attack means challenging our negative thoughts. In sales, we learn to deal with objections. Being negative is normal, not weird. But it doesn't lead to success. What will you do with the negative? A good presenter knows how to address these issues. We must confront our negative sides. Attack is a strong word, but it's necessary. Some negatives need more than handling, they need challenging. Here's the old list. It's been around for ages. It's what we need to fight against. First, excuses. Blaming others is common, but if you're not good at presenting, you'll believe excuses. Kids, workmates, or clients might make excuses. They may give reasons not to do things. We must challenge these excuses. Remember my list from the seminar? Why I wasn't doing well? Go over your notes on that. I blame many things: government, weather, traffic, car, company, policy, relatives, economy, and community. We must tackle all these excuses. Be ready with answers for any excuse. With kids too, learn to handle them. Attack the problem, not the person. This skill is hard to learn. Another thing to fight is procrastination. Delaying tasks. Without someone pushing us, we delay forever. We all need someone to push us. Even experts need a coach. Coaching helps us see what we do wrong, but we have to deal with delaying tasks. I know about procrastinating. I do it a lot. I've done many things, but must confess something to you. Once someone asked me about my biggest fault and virtue. Interesting. Tomorrow I'll share my biggest virtue. Today it's about my biggest fault. It's likely procrastination. I've achieved much, but I often delay tasks. I've mastered delaying to a fine art. In fact, I could teach how to procrastinate well. Thanks, I can show you to hide your procrastination. You see, I'm pretty smart with it. Procrastination is easy when you're feeling good. When things go right, it's tempting to postpone stuff. I did finish my book, The Seasons of Life. Want to know how long I promised that book? Around 5 years. I kept saying it was in progress. My team would always respond with excitement. Yearly, people looked forward to its release. About a year ago, some staff challenged me. They said, either write the book or stop mentioning it. That push got me to complete my book. We all need someone to motivate us sometimes. Another issue to confront is equating money with value. If you're buying something, remember this. People often excuse high costs by saying it's too expensive. But let's be honest, it means we can't afford it. Mr. Shoff corrected me on this years ago. Cost too much has been an excuse forever. Things were never cheap. They've always felt costly. So saying things are too expensive is just an excuse. Someone recently asked for my new definition of success. I believe success means not waiting for others, like for a camera from Hong Kong. Thank you. So, delay attacks, making excuses, and swapping value for money are issues we recognize, right? We must address them directly. The best method is to confess your own struggles. Sharing personal faults helps relate to others. When criticizing someone, admit you face similar challenges. Example: tell John about your own past excuses for not succeeding or facing challenges. Admitting this can show that excuses hinder success. Use your story when urging prompt action, showing the consequences of procrastination. Recall your missed opportunities and share the pain felt. This honest sharing can be powerful and relatable. Confessing isn't just personal, it's also sharing others' stories. Tell tales of Mary or John who face similar issues but aren't present to share. Learn these stories well to help illustrate solutions. So that covers attacking an issue and confessing. Now let's discuss tools of last resort. These are tactics you use when all else fails. Remember, they're your final options. Sometimes you might need to use last resort tools. Use them only when there's no other way and it's serious. The first one is a direct attack. Be careful with this, as it can get personal. Tell someone your honest thoughts about their situation, but don't hurt their pride. For example, in sales, if someone hesitates to join, you could make a direct comment about their old furniture to persuade them. But only do this when necessary. Always start with fun and easy reasons before the tough ones. Like suggesting a seminar because everyone is going. That's an easy reason. Save the hard reasons for last. Make it simple. A team member once told someone to attend Mr. Rohn's 3-hour evening seminar full of useful content. The person said they'd been to many seminars before. Still, our staff gave him a ticket. Ask him for a check so he could keep attending more. It's straightforward, isn't it? Caught in the act, the man agreed to go and have fun. Not everything is bleak or too serious. Enjoy the fun and take it easy when you can. But if that doesn't work, you might need to get tough or even directly confrontational. Direct confrontation is your last option. Scolding is another final option. Avoid it unless there's no other choice, as it can hurt. Scold only with extreme caution and as a last resort. If you ask someone why they're late using a certain tone, it implies negativity. Be cautious with scolding. Parents especially shouldn't overuse these last-ditch tactics. You just don't want to use them all the time. Because to get somebody's attention, You might cut them a little bit on the finger, right? And it'll heal and it'll be okay and you've gotten their attention. But see, you don't want to take off the whole hand, right? You just got to make sure when it's time to do some cutting that you do it with great care. Now here's another tool of last resort, sarcasm. Who do you think you are? Now see, that's effective in the right place. But you got to make sure it's only a tool of last resort. I don't mind a minister consigning my soul to hellfire for my sinful ways. I don't mind that as long as he does it with tears and not with joy. See, if somebody really cares, then they can get right on your case if they really care. And that mixture of really caring and pointed discussion can bring the most phenomenal results. But you still have to learn to use it carefully. Remember, so many matters in conversation are matters of the heart. Matters of the heart, matters of the soul, matters of the spirit, as well as matters of the mind. So you got to be careful. See, you don't want to operate on the heart with a hatchet because you'll lose the patient. Work on heart issues, but keep respect and well-being. Solve problems without hurting people. It's about finding the problem and making it better. People might not decide or change for many reasons. You must learn to deal with that. Now, the third part of the talk is attack and confess. Is it clear? Good. The last part is vital. It's called solution. Always give a solution in presentations. Speak to anyone and offer a solution. This solution is the good that happens if you do something. A smart person gives a warning, but also shows the good outcome. Share your own success story to persuade others. Tell them how you decided and what changed for you. Share other people's success stories too. Stories about Mary or John can show the benefits of changing. Always offer a solution. Imagine the person in T90 future successful and confident. I can picture you now with your new lifestyle. You look and feel great, full of confidence. People will start talking about you. Your family's life will change too, right? Imagine yourself in that future. God was great at this. He'd say, Jim, see yourself with a new account, clothes, and car. He'd say, imagine being on your yacht. He made me want to do anything for that future. He'd say, people will praise the new you. He had me excited for what's ahead. Here's a powerful saying, the future's promise is strong. It might be close, maybe even tomorrow. Decide today. Feel better tomorrow. Decide and stand taller immediately. Before real results, you feel different. That's the power of discipline. Discipline's first taste is sweet. Even starting discipline feels good. Saying I'm doing it boosts self-belief. When confidence rises, big changes happen. If you can paint those future pictures, give someone a reason to strive. Show them their new home, their joy. Teach them to imagine outcomes early. That makes a talk really work. Mr. Schaff had to repeat his visions to me. I'd forget them once I left. Sometimes I'd ask him to retell them, but always leave people with hope and potential. Human potential has no limit. Now, how to give a talk? Use identification, logic, attack and confess, then offer solutions. Before you give a presentation, make a mental checklist. Prepare to talk to someone about anything. You need to identify key points. Keep your explanation short and logical. Find the problem and see if you have a solution. Look for any obstacles or issues. Handle it carefully, but be direct if needed. You should feel positive about it. Leave others feeling respected. Learn to describe solutions vividly. Remember these tips, and your talks will improve. Now let's talk about communication priorities. Grab a new paper and write communication priorities at the top. I'll show you a helpful diagram for focusing on communication. First, draw a small circle like a coin on your paper. Draw 2 larger circles around it, each bigger than the last. These represent different communication areas. In the smallest circle, write 1. This is for family and close friends, your inner world. Label the second circle as 2. This is your work life, like your job or business. The third, labeled 3, is for community interactions, such as schools and shops. The largest circle, 4, represents the wider world beyond your daily life. This diagram highlights how to prioritize communication in various aspects of your life. Pay more attention to how you communicate to improve your life and interact with people from different cultures. This might be a new city or state for you, or even a different country. It's outside your usual place. And guess what? You must work hard to talk with people from other areas, including ours. They speak differently in the South, right? If y'all is new to you, learn what it means. Ever heard of grits? Learn about local foods and sayings. You need to know their language and expressions. Talking with New Yorkers needs a different approach. In New Jersey and New York, people speak more directly. They're not mean, it's just their way. To survive in New York, pushing through is necessary, so naturally, they might seem pushy. This attitude often appears in how they talk. It's part of their daily life. At a restaurant, a waitress may ask bluntly for your order. Don't take it badly. She's busy serving many. Learning this is important. When I first visited New York, I mistook people's directness for anger. But that's just their normal interaction. Without understanding regional communication, travel can be baffling. In a foreign country, bring a dictionary and learn some words. It helps, especially in Paris. Trying a bit of French makes locals nicer. You don't need fluency, just an effort. Everyone values when you attempt their language. Try using a few words, okay? You might mix them up and it's funny. Mixing words can be fun. You could say hooker instead of beer by mistake. But just keep trying. Talking is about trial and error. I speak and watch the reaction. If it's awkward, you can help me. Soon we'll be communicating well. Trying harder helps you talk better with others. Being part of a community means showing interest in communication. Talk to different people, not just about your job. Know what others are doing too. When I met Mr. Showoff, he said to meet others in town. Meet a lawyer, a banker, or someone new. I started a group. We met for breakfast on Tuesdays. We grew and shared business ideas. Ask others about their work and thoughts. Get involved in your community. Even small talks at the cleaners help. Joining clubs can also be good. Share ideas and learn about local events. Visit your child's school and meet the teachers. Don't assume everything is fine. Learn what they teach. Good communication at work is key for earning money. Learn what colleagues do in your office or company. In sales, learn about admin. In admin, learn about sales. Secretaries, you might want more than your current role. Talk to others about their work and what's new to improve communication at work. Remember, success isn't a solo journey. We must be alert to our surroundings. It's too easy to ignore the effort of others in everyday things like who mind the salt we use. Think of all the people behind our daily comforts and safety. Make a list of those who help you succeed. It'll be longer than you think. They're part of your achievement. Knowing how to communicate in business helps you succeed. Family and friends are vital too. They influence everything else. How it goes with them shapes your business and community life. What happens there impacts everything you try to do. Don't take close ones for granted. Tell them how you feel repeatedly. Make sure you talk here. It's important for you. I'll now share another tip with you. Write a note this weekend or when you leave. List people who are your top priority. Write their names down. Think about close friends and family in your life. Know who they are. Do the same for your work contacts. In my work, I have 3 main lists. The first list has people I contact almost daily. I can't wait more than 2 or 3 days to reach out to them. They're written down so I don't forget anyone. If someone's missing, I add them by regularly checking. My second list includes people I contact weekly or monthly. I stay in touch by call, letter, or in person. Then there's a third list for occasional contact. We also have a fourth list for Christmas cards, right? But keep track of all these lists, not just the Christmas one. Make sure to communicate well. It's key in relationships. English is now a common language worldwide. It's easier to travel as many countries teach English in schools. If we all speak the same language, we understand each other better. Sometimes meanings are lost in translation. I face problems when using interpreters for my seminars. In Taiwan, a Chinese interpreter helps me. She tells me if my stories won't work in Chinese, so I change them. Some things don't fit in other cultures and languages. Many American jokes only make Americans laugh. It's important to communicate clearly. When I explain a story to the interpreter, she suggests how to tell it. I learned to adjust my stories for Chinese, Spanish, or Italian. It's amazing, especially when some of the audience speaks English too. I say something, then the interpreter translates it. With a mixed audience, English speakers laugh first, then the others laugh after translation. Then there's more laughter because both groups find it funny. Communication is key in life, work, and family. We should write letters and make calls to improve it. After this weekend, work on your communication skills. Prioritize who you talk to. This way, everything comes together better.